Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's write some more neat code today. So today let's solve the problem. Check if all ones are at least length k places away. So the idea is pretty simple. We're given a binary array of just zeros and ones, and we just want to basically calculate the distance between the ones. And I guess that distance is calculated by the number of zeros that are in between them. So in this case, you can see distance of 2 between these two, and here there's a distance of 3. Now you might think, well, don't we need to calculate the distance between this one and this one? Well, I guess we could if we wanted to, but as long as these are far away enough from each other, it's guaranteed that these are also going to be far away enough from each other. So I think that's kind of just a common sense observation that will allow you to solve this problem. And so the easiest way to do this is just to start from the left and start scanning to the right, just keeping track of the number of contiguous zeros. We could call that like our distance or whatever you want to call it. Maybe the spaces. So I guess here we'd see the 1, and then we'd, I guess, reset our distance to 0 because there aren't any contiguous zeros. The next one we'd see is a 0. So our distance or spaces would be equal to 1. The next one we would see is 2. Next one we'd see is 3, so now our number of spaces is 3. And then we would see the 1, and so in this example, the k parameter is 2. So that means that the distance has to be at least 2. So right now we can see that the number of spaces we've seen is 3, so that means the previous one was 3 spaces away, so that means it's okay. So we can continue scanning. Now if the distance was too small, then at that point we can just immediately return false because we know that they are not that many spaces away. But in this case, we don't do that, but we do reset the number of spaces back down to 0. Next we see a 0, so increment this to 1. Next we see another 1, increment it to 2. Then we see a 1. So now we would do the condition check again, make sure 2 is greater than k. K is 2. Actually, we can check that it's greater than or equal to k. So that does hold true. So we would just continue scanning. We might see some zeros. As long as we don't see another 1, we don't even need to check this again. But there's one tiny, a little edge case. So what should we initialize spaces to? Intuitively, you'd think 0, but think about it from the first k. I mean, yeah, there weren't really anything, like there wasn't any zeros before it, but we never want to say that the first one is invalid because there weren't any ones before that either. So the best thing to do would be to set spaces initially to some value that is greater than or equal to k. We can set it equal to exactly k. So that means regardless of where we encounter the first 0, or the first 1, it might be in the first position or it might be somewhere over here. It's always going to be valid because we've only seen a single 1 at that point. But once we see the second one, that's when things get more interesting. So in this example, spaces would start at k. We'd see the first 1. We would reset this back down to 0. And then we'd start seeing some zeros. So this way we can solve the problem in linear time and constant space. Let's code it up. So I'm going to initialize spaces to be k, and then we're just going to iterate over every number in the list of numbers. We don't even need to keep track of the index, but we do need to check if number is 1. Otherwise, it's equal to 0, in which case we can just increment the number of spaces. And here, if it's 1, we do want to check that spaces is greater than or equal to k, because if it's not, if spaces is less than k, in that case, we can just immediately return false. If that's not the case, well, then we just reset the number of spaces back down to 0. And then if we never end up executing false, well, that implies the answer is true. So that's what we can do out there. And here you can see it works, and it is pretty efficient. If you found this helpful, check out Leetcode.io for a lot more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.